Hey there, it's John here. How are you doing? It's really lovely to connect with you. I'm, as you can see, in the woods, and I'm actually running a day of sort of meditation and sort of heart-based activities for primary school kids in the forest. So it's kind of like a forest school sort of thing, but it's not the usual sort of thing. This is a state primary school in a very urban area that just happened to have this woods very nearby, so we're making best use of it. And this is the second time I've been to this school doing this, and it's probably one of the most inspiring projects I've ever been part of. This school, if you've tuned into this channel before, you'll know about this school. This school was a kind of failing school a few years ago, and they asked me to come in and sort of give them a hand a little bit. I mean, there's an amazing staff and they've really kind of been working so hard on it. I brought in sort of some creative activity, but also the idea of the necessity of being present, of being in the now, instead of kind of running on to the next thing and all the time. And so when you go in the school now, the staff, the kids, they've all been kind of, practicing meditation, keeping journals, stuff like that. There's a real sense of actually being met. The children feel met by the staff and so on, and I'm really pleased to say it's no longer a failing school. It's actually rated as a good school now, and we're heading towards outstanding by Ofsted, which is if you're watching in the US or India or abroad, that's the kind of governing body for schools in this country, and they love what we're doing. Actually, this project has been told, it's been said of this project that we are really fulfilling the kind of the moral and spiritual needs of the kids, that the children are sort of managing themselves a lot better and so on. But this forest schools bit is new for us. This is we're just doing like this year and in the spring next year, and we're working with quite small groups of children, so 12 at a time. Quieter kids or kids having a bit of difficulty, stuff like that, and just to get them into the woods. So you have the kind of the forest bathing element. You have we do some really simple meditation and listening and being, and the forest alone sort of teaches you to be if you allow yourself to actually be here. And I'm sure you can see this tree behind us with the ribbons in, and so what I've been doing today is I've been explaining to the kids. I mean, we've just had a group of 7 and 8 year olds, so I was explaining to them that the electrical field around the heart, you don't even need to get spiritual about this stuff, the electrical field around the heart is 60 times greater than the electrical field in the brain, and so we learnt to meditate by being with the trees a little bit and just being natural and being here. And then I gave each a ribbon, and then we allowed our attention to come into our hearts, and we made a wish for ourselves, a wish of peace, of joy, of good things, of expression, or we made a wish for a member of our family, somebody who's maybe going through a hard time, or just love, or if there's a member of our family who we would like them to communicate better with us, or maybe see us more clearly. So we're not wishing for things like PlayStations and stuff like that, but the wish is not made in the head. The wish is grown like a flower in the heart, and then when they feel that wish has gone into the ribbon, then it's tied into this tree, and then this tree will remain, as it were. And we've been making in the previous session, we made some art out of sort of found objects and things like that. So if you feel like taking your kids out into the woods, if you have children, or if you're an adult watching this and you feel like making a wish for yourself with a piece of ribbon, then do so. Tree dressing has been around for thousands of years, making wishes on trees. This is nothing original to me. This is what human beings do, I think. And trees have always been seen as being places of sacredness, and this forest, wood, whatever you want to call it, is particularly beautiful and benevolent, and nobody comes. We actually even saw, because you can't imagine sort of 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11-year-olds, the year sixes, the previous group, were so quiet and so attentive and not in their heads but actually here, that deer came out. And you know, when there's people around, the birds go quiet, but the birds started chirping. 2 deer came through. It was absolutely remarkable. The kids are just, since they've gone back to school, they're just talking about nothing else, you know. So just come into the woods and being. That's it, for yourself or for your kids, all together as a family, whatever. And I just want to do more of this. What I'd actually like to do, if I had the nous, would be to do some kind of a crowdfunding scheme for, like, you know, £250,000 or something like that, and buy a big forest and create a space that children from all over the country or world could just come to, and we'd just run activities for them, and we'd sleep in the forest and make art and stuff like that. Lots of meditation, cooking together, making their own food. But you know, if any of you are good at raising money and want to help me do that, then you know, please just get in touch, because I don't. That's a skill. It's an area that I don't have skill in. I'm quite good at the old flow in my own life, but as for kind of project-based stuff, that's it's just you know, kind of outside of the scope of this bear's brain at this point in time. Anyway, lots of love to you, and let me wish you all the love and all the best, and may you make a heartfelt wish for yourself and allow that to be.